GoFirst, the stressed domestic carriers did see some potential by the way of bidders who could have taken on the airline. Jindal Power made an expression of interest. But after looking at the financials and perhaps also looking at where GoFirst and his prospects are at the moment, they are not going forward.
Yeah, so this is again a story reported by Reuters, and we don't have fresh input on this story, but just to sort of summarize it, what really happened was that when GoFirst was grounded on May 2nd, voluntarily it filed for insolvency. It has been grounded ever since. It's been more than 6 months that the airline has not taken back to the skies. Now, amid all this, NCLT also put a moratorium which prevented lessors from taking their aircraft back, and those aircraft have been lying pretty much on the ground. You know, whatever faulty or serviceable aircrafts, both have not been able to, lessors have not been able to repossess those aircraft. Now, in the mid of all this, the Committee of Creditors had initially decided, and who comprises this Committee of Creditors? You've got Central Bank of India, you've got Bank of Baroda, and you've got Deutsche Bank. Right, three large lenders, large financial institutions had initially decided that maybe up to 450 or 500 crore rupees worth of interim funding may be provided for to keep the airline at least
up and running?
Not up and running, I mean it's grounded, but at least sustain whatever challenges it's facing on the financial front when it comes to litigation, payment of salaries, maintenance of aircraft, paying of hangar charges, etc. So the operational expenses, even for a grounded airline, need to be incurred, and the Committee of Creditors had initially decided to put in that extra 450, 500 crore rupees or so. Now, it seems, and this is around the time when even Jindal Power had expressed interest through an EOI, an expression of interest to make a bid for GoFirst. And after it has studied the papers, after all the financials were disclosed, it seems now, according to the Reuters report, that Jindal Power is not going to make an official bid to buy the grounded airline. Now, this again leaves GoFirst, the existing present GoFirst promoters and managers in a soup, the existing Committee of Creditors in a soup as well. So the COC is expected to meet today and discuss, if not decide, upon the next steps to take. Now, what could these next steps really be?
I mean, from what I'm reading, liquidation is the only obvious next step.
Absolutely. Or you find another bidder, you drop the valuation expected.
But they did not extend the deadline for
I think another
request
for extension can be made, or another decision can be taken to give it one more shot. But honestly, who wants to enter an already loss-making aviation industry, also at a time when it has become a duopoly? You have Indigo and you have the Air India, Tata Group, Vistara, Might on one side, and Indigo commanding 60% of the market share on another side. And you've also got new entrants like Akasa Air, which is also for the longest time been likely to make a 3-digit aircraft order. And you also have a Spice Jet, which in itself is struggling to survive. So who will want to enter this sector, this industry is another question. But yeah, I think perhaps one more round of EOIs to be sought, and perhaps some sort of bidding process sometime in the future. But you don't know, perhaps it looks like liquidation will be the only option.
So from what we know, GoFirst is not coming back anytime soon.
Not at all, far from it.
Far from it. GoFirst there looks like it is gone for now. There is no expression of interest. The only company that expressed interest, Jindal Power, is not in the fray anymore.